we have made it through Season 5. We are in the final day of default matches. There may be a match or so happening over the weekend. We've got a doozy for you tonight. We have got an absolute banger. Even if it's a 3-0, still going to be a banger. I don't care. I don't care. I'm declaring it a banger right now. We've got the Shikigami Showdown. As Shikigami themselves will take on Shikigami Midori, their sister squad. Typically, when you talk about having these two teams within an org like this, it's typically like a varsity squad and like a JV squad. Kind of put in collegiate terms, right? Like an A squad and a B squad, however you want to look at it. A senior squad and a junior squad. This is, may have started off that way with these two teams. Shikigami got hit with a little roster mania at the beginning of the season. And honestly, I was so happy for Airplay and the crew that they're able to build a squad here, get a squad together. When you've got Shane and Sparrow on this team who have been long time with the org, played on Midori in previous seasons, bringing in J-Man, Z-Panther, Aurora from the ASU, the Arizona State squad. And now we find these two teams where Midori have kind of stuck together here for a couple seasons. This iteration of Midori, it's been around through 2025, has stuck together for a bit. They're kind of neck and neck. What was I saying? Neck and neck. 8 and 6. 8 and 6. And this is slots 7 through 9 here, where we find ourselves 8 and 6 and for this final game of the regular season. And we get this exciting Shikigami Showdown. We get head-to-head, final game of the regular season. Potential playoff slot on the line. Delve into that. Okay, I would love to build this up as having just the biggest stakes in the world. But I do want to point out that both Shikigami and Midori do have the head-to-head win over Extinction Zero. I learned this morning, at least what we heard this morning, that head-to-head is the most important factor after your record, of course. Extinction Zero, could play spoiler, but that would mean upsetting Dreamland tonight. That would mean upsetting your number 1 seed. What exactly is the order of tiebreakers? I've struggled to find it. I'm sure somebody else has found it. This is the match of the day. 100%. 100%. This is the match of all time. Absolutely, Matty. I agree with that. Let's not overstate. Let's not understate this. All right. This is the match of all time. We are going to Oasis. It was a Kiriko and a Diva band. Shiki band Diva. Cool. I thought of Hero as being more of the off-tank kind of player and Chain being more of the main tank player traditionally. These two have intertwined so much. So that does make sense. But I wasn't, again, wanted to be sure. I'd rather just ask and get it right. Midori is starting on the right-hand side, so we do need to get a little sidey swappy in there. And thing we are getting Shade in. Aurora also available on this team. You do have Seaful as the backup tank here for Hero. No Zaitu, and we didn't see Zaitu yesterday either. We had Midori on yesterday. Coming off the back of that 3-2 loss to Artemis, which one of the things that kind of put them in this little pickle, right? They lost 3-2 to 6 and 8 Iliad Artemis. What a big game for Artemis to keep their head above water and stay in Master Division. At least, give themselves a good shot at it. A big win for them. But that's part of how Midori kind of ends up now in this tied spot. Had an opportunity to clinch that 9th win last night and failed to close it out. As I was starting to say, in that match, we did not see Zaitu at all. It was strictly Cabe and Zach. And for the DPS slot. All right, let's go. Let's go. Shikigami Showdown, map 1. We're starting off on University here in Oasis. And remember what Coach Cass said. Everything is Oasis. Both teams showing us the eraser. We are getting a difference in the backline. So Midori running out with the Lucio triplet. Of course, making sense. Mostly see triplet on the Lucio. But we do get the Deco Brig on the other side. The only difference between our two combos... Actually, I say that there's another notable difference in the Freya versus the Cass. And that's why it's notable. You got that extra bit of range and a swift bit of burst damage to secure first pick. Midori have a 5v4 before the point even unlocks. Puts the pressure down. Catches J-Man in the roll. Getting out the valuable cooldown and even killing him through it. Not something you see very often. What is it, 75% damage reduction? Mostly just caught the tail end of the damage reduction, you know, where it wasn't active. Ooh, Triplet just mows down Z-Panther Deco. What a great finish. Sparrow kept it interesting. Or at least able to trade out one. And, I mean, and that one is super important. I mean, you're going to have to send Triplet back for the taxi, which means we're not going to get a close hold. You can see Zach kind of lurking a little bit. But Hero's kind of forced to stay back on this objective. Ooh, is sitting in a bad spot here. Could get ambushed real bad. Don't have as much cover in that corner. Rotation in from Sparrow. And keep an eye on this Ant Matrix here from Z-Panther. Flip the map. Good spear lands. Hero's able to trade it out. They do lose Cave through that exchange, but 2v1 favoring Midori. And Zach's able to fight J-Man. Leaving Chain all alone. This will be Midori continuing the builder percentage. Gap is on Soj for Amplified. Can't be any worse than the Gap Roadhog. Which, and I love Gap. I love Gap. I'm a huge Gap fan. But no Gap Roadhog. No, Gap's actually super nice. Got great interview. Woo! Huge Terror Surge. Rally up, kind of a last-ditch effort after the Terror Surge is already just put Shikigami in a difficult spot. Midori holding firm on the front line. No one's able to get through. And that'll be a 100-0 to start things off. All right. Let's check our... Hey, there's like... Okay, so that's where I got... So the tiebreakers for Bushel scored, then head-to-head is for Swiss. So that I do remember reading that somewhere. Okay. And then tiebreaker was for RR. I'm not sure what RR stands for. Regular season? I don't know what RR. But matches won head-to-head, map differential, average team elo. See, I even downloaded the whole, like, FACEIT book off the link, all that. I struggled to find that. I've dug through everything I could. And I struggled to find that. Thank you, Heekin. Both the races really valuing this point presence. You're actually able to muscle chain out. I'll get a sentence spat out here eventually. Don't worry. Spat out. See, I can't even say spat right. And a little spat on the point, but you know, it's first cap kind of coming in for free. Shikigami's getting held as outside. They're not able to really contest this point because they're trying to push in through main, as opposed to trying to take a hallway or drop in from high ground. And not able to find good angles, not able to get point presence. Not only get first cap, but we got a lot of late stagger kills that was after the cap. A pretty ideal situation there from Midori. Even able to leave Zach entrenched behind enemy lines here with the pulse bomb. Oh, I thought Z-Panther was about to jump into it. After that spear, honestly, I'm surprised she didn't take that. He tries to go for J-Man on the Freya instead. Doesn't quite land. And Ant Matrix here fend off the infiltration. Cabe being forced out. Zach low, finished off by Deco. Bolo shot vested in from Cabe. Bit of an exchange with the Immortality Fill. Proving clutch there from Z Panther. And Shikigami precociously holding on to a team fight advantage. Chain will clean up here. And we'll get first fight win, and I mean first cap there for Shikigami here on Oasis. So Midori getting a little too ambitious, I believe, on that one. Hey, you know, I mean, I respect it. Zach with a 4, going for the high-risk play. You know, very much on brand. Go for the easy stick on the Orisa? Nah. I'm gonna go hit that Freya up in the air. I got this, don't worry, trust. Uh-oh, Triplet in trouble. Sparrow trying to pursue, gets the Recar forced out. Oh, Zach finding Deco, though, on the other side. And that means Triplet can throw out a 2-player sound barrier. Hey, you know what? Hero's gonna leverage that into some kills. Oh, mean spare. Nicely done. On the Demon Orisa. Playing very demon-like there in that fight. Well played, hero. Shikigami trying to push this hallway side. And Chain is way deep going for this Baptiste. Meanwhile, Zach is starting to clear out. Pulse bomb up top from Sparrow. He's going to find Cabe. That was a fortuitous camera angle. We're just going to hop into some Sparrow pop here. I totally meant to do that. Great 3-piece. We get a flip. All right, Shikigami kind of waking up here a little bit. What are you lolling at, Z Panther? We have gotten Cabe swapping over to match the Cassidy. A lot of these fights taking place, I mean, in very close range, kind of understand. Not finding the extreme range on, no, not finding the value, not finding that extra range on the Freya. And I had been a couple fights enough to build up this Deadeye, and Chain just eats the brunt of all of it. Chain said, "Get down, Mr. President." I mean, J-Man's still alive and is the one hope for Shikigami to really move in and do something here. Gonna have to control this angle. Shield in the way. You've got to break that. Sparrow's been forced off the flank. Now, J-Man looking for this angle, and it just gets shut down. Hero comes up, closes off the front door. Chain has to return on a Doomfist just to find something, but is just in full block mode. Going to rejoin. Has bought a little bit of time, but there's not much for Shikigami to try to cheat this player advantage. Ant Matrix on the point from Seaborn. Midori have got Oasis on lock. Whoa, wild. We also ended in the exact moment of a song ending and starting. So we went into that map perfectly to the second. Serendipitous at the end of a song, and came out of that map perfect to the second of a new song starting on my copyright-free playlist. I'm just saying, like, if this wasn't some Matrix shit we've got going on here in this series, I'm just saying. WPG here picked out by Shikigami. Midori will stay in the red outlines. We're going to get a hazard bait here from Shiki. Let's take a look at some stats there from map 1. Cape felt like they were putting in a lot of work in the Freya. Yeah, they're going to be leading the DPS players for sure. Almost dead par with Chain on the other side. 50 damage separating Cabe on the Freya for the most part. A little bit of cast. And Chain on the Orisa. 50. Of course, top damage going to Hero there. 17 and 2. Most Elim's Fused Dust actually going to Zach. Tied in Fused Dust. Medicine Man was a has-been from Shiki. That's right. All right, second tank in a row banned out. I think it's interesting just kind of how teams, like, where they choose to target, like, their bans and stuff. The Shikigami showdown continues, heading into Watchpoint Gibraltar. Are we hyping it up? We're doing it? I'm excited. What a great match. What a great match. We're ready. We're getting game invites. We're loading in. Let's get into WPG. It's a bring ban in from Midori as they target their second support in a row. I mean, just in honor of Shiki. Here we go. Boom. An Aurora is in. Serendipitously enough. Pulling out the diva. Aurora, Z Panther, and J-Man have a lot of history together, playing collegiate for, many semesters together. We'll see if that plays a part here. You can see Z Panther and Aurora are tied at the hip at the moment. They can lock in. Aurora coming off the bench. I think it's interesting, coming in, like, are you warm? Are you ready? Fresh look, fresh hero, full fresh style. Matching hero on the diva, both, favoring the off-tank hero over, perhaps the more traditional Winston, but we still see an Ana, at least from one side. I will say we're getting the Bappy Yari backline. Interesting backline for a diva. So a lot more poke pressure, but you don't have the nade to play around. A big confirm, like, okay, go in on that. And I'd say you don't have as much of the burst healing as well. You don't have as much of a bailout like you do with Nano, Nade, and those kind of things from an Ana. You do have a lot of poke pressure, but unfortunately, Zach not benefiting from, Sparrow not benefiting from any of that down low. Zach wins out that duel, allowing Midori to get some cart presence and some push. Hero ends up resetting. We're going to go with resetting. Looks to be about as far as we're going to get down here. Sparrow makes the read on the recall. Try to see if they can find a stagger kill here. Good peel. And the nade from Seaboard. You can see how, just what that nade can do. That beautiful toss. That was a long-range toss. And totally bailed Zach out. Fortunately for Midori, Cape does lose the duel up top to J-Man. Still Nano online. Something we don't have at all from the other side. Try to use this, trade this out. We're just going to hold on to it. Also, Triplet still, obviously still on that Lucio. I say obviously, but I think Triplet only plays Lucio. Nano is thrown on a cave. Deco responds with a Captive Sun. We have an A-Matrix in play, and Z-Panther trades out with Triplet. Captive Sun, I'm not sure if it hit anything or not, but Aurora, gets slept trying to pursue it, whichever way it is, whether it hit or not. Zach gets what? 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 Oh, Prince. Thank you, Wolf. I owe you, Prince. I owe you, Prince. I'm not going to take your points from map 1. Preds. All right, quick Preds. Thank you, Wolf. 60 seconds to go. As our teams have somewhat retreated to their respective corners. I say that, Shikigami at the back of this point gets flanked. Z-Panther absolutely sandwiched between Zach and Hero. Deco's able to trade one, but is the sole source of healing left here for Shikigami's defense. It's not the sole source of damage output, though. Sparrow's going to land a pulse. Hero was set to 1 there by Deco's threats. Persistent poking. Suddenly, Midori find themselves with 30 seconds remaining and no tank on the battlefield. If everybody goes car wash from Midori, we will, just see the Captain Sun thrown in on top of it. They are going to send Hero up top to clear off that high ground. Aurora goes up to match. Hero rotates. 2-3 split. Here comes the Captive Sun thrown onto the point. Zach is the only one hit by the Sun spot and is able to recall out of it. J-Man tossing in a bolo shot, finds Cabe, interrupting their own attempt to hunt down Deco. But Zach with it out 1. 3v4 on the point, favoring Shikigami's defense. Somebody invested from Triplet. They need to kill off this. They need it now. The remake will not happen. Aurora's going to mow over Hero. And this should just be the hold. Shikigami give themselves a nice win con here on WPG to tie up the series. Element Dub, I appreciate the follow. Hey, somebody got the 1 point. I saw somebody get the 1 point in at the end. Just to keep the Preds somewhat honest. And Deco and Aurora both go deathless through that defense. Yeah, and these fights are so long, you end up... only 2 deaths. 2 or 3 attempts. Really, I guess 3 attempts at this. 3 team fights in that 4 minutes. Enable get picks. You find Z Panther twice. You get... that's how you get enough distance to get through the car wash in the first place. Not enough to claim the point. Triplet goes over to the yard. The rare, not Lucio. We're also getting the yard BAP defense here. Shikigami are sticking with their same comp that they showed us on defense with the BAP Yari as well as the Freya Tracer. So we do end up in a perfect mirror here for this attack. All right, Hero and Zach are going to drop to pressure out Aurora. This does kind of force Sparrow to get involved while the other 3 are trading shots across the balcony here, or the walkway. J-Man's going to make a move. Trying to find an angle down low on Hero. This is going to force Cave to respond from the other side. Kind of a difficult choice. Like, do you shoot down at the main, or you take shots at the squishies? Cave decides to go for the squishies. Lands them on to Deco. Got J-Man low enough where they kind of had to back out for a moment. There, 2nd time in a row. With Aurora out of the fight, it's going to be a reset here for Shikigami. Hero just goes... just gets overwhelmed. It's all he's seeing is Aurora's but flying in. All of a sudden you see Hero's health bar just evaporate. Kind of fortunate to still be in mech, I think. He's gonna make a play for the BAP. Is able to knock Z Panther off the high ground, but eats just entirely too much damage to make that happen. The car continues to move underneath. No tank for the defense. Let's give me Seaborn's Ant Matrix. Try to equal... where is this Ant Matrix? Okay. Just to stop cart, just to force a rotation. And Shikigami does give up that point presence. They've moved everybody up top. 3 up to the high ground where J-Man's going to shoot a bolo shot back towards Cave. Triplet's trying to respond, but the Captive Sun right on top of that high ground. They will find J-Man. Able to send Aurora back at about half health at the same time. Good awareness down low, not to see 9. Zach there with some good presence, able to move forward and pick up a couple of them alongside Hero. We'll get, late kill with the huge, and they get it. So second team fight goes to Midori after giving up a bit of space, and we're looking at, similar 3-team fights here. Very slow play from both sides. We do have the captive son available. Oh, nice play. Sparrow got stuck, recalls, and Aurora eats the bomb. Nice play. Thank you for the prime, Skintiff. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Huge, 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 huge. Z-Panther, that's a beautiful balcony drop. The Sand Matrix. Let's check this one's captive son. Did it get eaten? Unclear. Then you kind of just clip the wall. Oh, we do get the C9. Wolf! Oh my goodness! Thank you so much! Huge 5 gifties! Are you kidding me? Huge 5 gifties! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Thank you! Oh, I'm late on my transition. I'm shocked! Shocked! Thank you so much! We also had Element Dub come through with a prime sub. Oh, I appreciate the support, y'all. Thank you so much. Here, I owe you a point. Incredible. I can't believe how that map ended. Can't believe after all that. All that time you playing with these big slow fights. Midori just failed to contest. Failed to contest. Hey, it's for the cinema. For the cinema. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, y'all. Wolf, again, thank you. Thank you for the big 5 gifties. It's enormous. It's enormous. Thank you so much. Suravasa pick, Diva banned out from Midori. Stay in the red outlines. They're coming through with their first tank ban of the night. So we had Diva banned map 1 from Shikigami, now banned map 3 from Midori. Take a look at some stats from map 3. Or map 2, rather. 3 elims. Look, what a weird map! I mean, Aurora, Z-Panther, Ian Sparrow. Yeah, I got my 3. I got my 3. Job's done. What a weird map. Absolute cinema. Okay, we get the carry ban on the other side. What the... Well, I guess we know who banned what. This is the exact same bans from map 1, but obviously reversed since they can't repeat bans, so it's now Midori banning Diva and Shiki banning Kiri. And here's some Suravasa music. It's time to get into our map 3. Let's get into Suravasa. Back into the races. Cape Freya versus the J-Man. Whoops, that is not Cape Freya. Cape Freya versus the J-Man Cassidy. You see that high ground position. Oh, could be vicious. This is a great angle. The supports need to be extremely careful. The Deco taking some take aim shots. Trying to juggle everything. Your life of a main support, yeah? But J-Man's consistent damage output has been able to at least somewhat keep Hero baby. Then we get the call to go forward. Hero has cooldowns. Oh, but does not get the fortified time before the spear hits. That's an enormous spear from Chain. First cap has been snuck out from by Midori. And we do get the rotation protected by the immortality field. Shikigami have a great position here. So J-Man should be in a good spot. Oh, but that amplification matrix from Seaborn, wicked fast. We are running Brig Juno on the other side. So you don't have that kind of heavy. Well, you do have this orbital invest back in. And you do have this big puncher. Traded out on the point. Deco's gonna muscle through a 1. Sparrow, fine. Seaboard at the end of the fight. We did hear a rally late from Deco. So it ends up being double support ults invested. I mean, it was super late, it felt like. I didn't see why. But hey, I mean, it secures the cap. You're not going to have it for next fight, though. That's for sure. As, you know, Triplet will be coming back into this with a rally. Cade makes a swap over to the Cassidy. Oh, that's kind of cool. The Dynasty skin with the Cosmic Weapon looks really good. That's Shane looking for an ultimate, you bet. It's going to be Immortality Field, but Cave's not on the right side of the tracks for that. Fortunate to survive through. Maybe we'll sit back. Ooh, has to respect the Deadeye. Peeks back out. Hero risking a lot here. Try to hold this point. They do not have control of this objective just yet. Whoop. Sorry, I was looking for Chain Pop. Yeah, Hero takes a lot of damage, has been forced to a corner. Kind of an awkward spot. This is going to be an Immortality Field, excuse me, Amplification Matrix to help Hero push forward as we hit 99. But it's the last ultimate available here, and you see Zach backing up, kind of regrouping with the team. All eyes focus on Shane. They get the kill. The rest of Shikigami looked like got isolated out, zoned out during the middle of that. We saw all of Midori fall to the front door. Good rotation. Guns all point at Chain. And it didn't seem like Shikigami were able to find the angle to answer back. I think Cave got in a really strong spot there. Kind of held J-Man off on that right-hand side. It was hard to tell, but an incredible mismatch created during the middle of that team fight from Midori, and they absolutely secure market on the back of it. All right, no one trying to fight out front in the high ground. In fact, it's going to be all the way around to the coastline. Okay, immediately just says no, seals off the coast. Playing a bit of... Oh, Terra Surge comes in. Never mind that thought. Terra Surge's going to find Hero. Hero got separated from the rest for that. Really good old. Oh, but Seymour with the shmoves. Able to find a way far pushed up J-Man. And that's the trade's exactly what Shikigami did not need in that moment. So now things have gotten scrappy. Orbital coming in to help try to close this out. There has to be double support ults invested in. I mean, during this first fight, it gets expensive for both sides. The Shikigami have the ults to spin. Layering them late in the fight, they do secure this first cap. Okay, Hero making just a big move right out of the gate. And you find the supports. You're able to ambush not just the Juno, but you catch the bridge afterwards. The Hero just made that would look easy. You know, press WM1, hit Q, kill supports. Fight one. Question mark? Good ult. I mean, actually pretty disastrous. No roll. Well timed there from Zach. J-Man, no doubt, still a little distracted by that previous mistake. Kind of uses the combat roll frivolously. And then is one of the most important cooldowns in the entire composition. With that roll used, Zach sees a perfect opportunity, seizes it. And, well, yeah, that's just fight win on the back of a stick. Ant Matrix block coast side once again. Jamie trying to run through. Hero just rotates to find it, but Chain has been able to break through the ranks. Find a couple of kills on the inside of the objective. Terror Surge should try to swing a 3v5, but Sparrow is just going to pile on 2 more. Ooh, at 74%. This is going to be really close. I think Zach has to live to get this touch. Okay, Zach is out. Zach just says, love my team. They got this. Let's go. Let's go. %, does not make it. We're headed to the other side of the map. Good jump from Shikigami. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to go through the building. High ground rotation. Zach staying on point. Z Panther invests the ultimate up top. They recognize a 5v4. Say, hey, I only count 4 up here. Let's ult and go. Great read out of Shikigami. Well executed, and that's the kind of fight wins they've been needing. They don't get a random rally thrown in at the end. Very crispy. Polished to a sheen. Cave wins the showdown of the OK Corral, but Chain is going to smash down with the spear, finding the equalizer. Big cinema ult, back and forth. What, a 3v3? Hero won't make it out. The Brig Orisa here, Tracer ended up being a strong little 3-piece team. Well, that was a mean spear. Chain absolutely landed that. You kind of heard the oomph, the wince from Zach's Tracer. Another big spear. These are charged, doing lots of damage. Can hit 2 people, can hit multiple people. You got the Kolak going through. Means a lot of pressure, forcing out a lot of cooldowns. And Shikigami trying again make that attack. But Triplets Rally has sustained Midori through this ambush. And they've been able to get the touch on the point. Now, it wasn't without some casualties, but they do get the flip. Peace! Real peace in chat? You legend. Thank you for being here. That's an 03 Splash Deco. Put some respect on that name. That's a speed ring invested, and what Chain is going forward with it. There's no S key here. Ant Matrix trying to protect Hero. I mean, just purely defensive. Keep the Orisa alive. Cave trying to see if they can layer in some shots on the Chain, but this Terror Surge going to yank them in. Immortality Field used to try to get them out. And Hero responds with one of their own amidst that. That was 2 Terror Surges on top of each other, and Shikigami come out with the better end of the tray. Cave does pick up 2 through it all, but eventually is forced out, and we get a 2-1 lead for Shikigami. Whoops, wrong button, sorry. And another good spawn here for Shiki. It's 2 good flashpoint spawns for them in a row, where they're able to kind of get a jump on it and set up for a defender's advantage. Zach taking J-Man out of the ultimate to start things off. You know, it looks so good, but oh, Deagle gets triplet with the wall damage. Oh, that's mean. The extra damage from the perk. And so despite Zach with that great opener, Midori are forced to relinquish some space here. Oh, and Shane and Sparrow just aren't going to let him go for free. That's Zach trying to blink it past us. Full recall force. Sparrow moves in. Oh, here comes the entire attack on the back of that. Okay, behind an amp matrix. Just slows everything to a crawl here for a moment. And it's a good call. I mean, Hero and Zach have some time to build up some ultimates. Shane tries to incubate with the Terror Surge. Seaboard gets pulled down to the low ground. Cade gets that cooldown roll forced, the combat roll forced. There's just not enough to come back in and try to retake this point. Beautiful spear here to close out this map. And Suravasa, Shikigami takes Suravasa. Or Suravasa's won by Shikigami. There's a lot of S's going on there. They all belong together. At the end of the day, it's a 2-1 lead here for Shiki. Extinction Zero able to cap. We got all 3 points on Midtown. Now look at a hold. Meanwhile, here back at home base, Midori get their second map pick in a row. There will be a broadcast, I believe, for Master Division playoffs. So once again, Face is a little late announcing this. I feel like they should have announced this last week, but I do believe there is going to be a full-on broadcast like the whole weekend this time. So for season 4, we only got 1 day of broadcast. We got like the final day, right? We got basically lower bracket finals and grand finals for both regions. I believe from my understandings, I don't think it's finalized yet, but I think they're trying to do the whole weekend this time. So it's maybe why it's not announced yet. And I don't want to promise anything that they can't deliver, but I know that they're looking to do the whole weekend this time, which is amazing. Like, we need to get the word out. We need to get some viewers in on this. It will be on the main channel. And it's awesome. Awesome for all of our teams. So it gives more teams a chance to, it's not just going to be top 3 that make it onto the main broadcast. We'll get more teams a chance to shine in front of a larger audience, kind of bring, FACEIT League and our Path to Pro system, our T2 teams to a larger audience. So a really cool thing. I'm really looking forward to that. I believe that will be next weekend. So that'll be Saturday and Sunday of next weekend, the 5th and the 6th. Was that next weekend? Yeah, it's next weekend. Woo! Runasapi pick. So similar map style. We're not getting any more, we're not getting Midtown or anything, trying to completely kind of change up the style here. Runasapi, I feel plays a little, a bit more similar to Suravasa. Hey, all roads lead back to Oasis. Everything is Oasis. Is what we've learned anyway, so, right? Chain just won them the game. Yeah. Yeah, let's go look at some, I was waiting on this band to come through before we went and looked at stats. It's a Juno band from Midori. All right, let's go look at some stats. Hey, get out of the stupid ads. Chain 29-2 on that map. 16.5k damage. Yeah, I assume you were talking about the Terror Surge that yanked Seaborn off the high ground. I assume that's what you're talking about with Chain just won them the game. That was an enormous play. And Chain, ends up most damage, highest elims, fewest deaths. What more could you ask for from your Arisa? Chain is at the very bottom here. For those who may not know, is listed as MGS, or MG5, excuse me. MG5 SS2. Here in the lobby, and my logo is actually covering up the start of that. It's just the ads. See, they've put all these ads in my way again, so it knocked all my stats down and off of below my scoreboard, and it's just, I'm trying to get them removed. Like, I had premium for most of the season, and I've requested it again because this is terrible. But that is chained at the very, very bottom with this outstanding stat card. All that to say. For anybody who may not know. Now you know. I'm here to let you know. All right, we're still waiting on lineups to get finalized. Let's double check. I want to check back in on not just this map, but what else is going on. Ooh, that ended. I think Extinction Zero just took that. Extinction Zero took that. Extinction Zero was up 2-1 over Dreamland right now. I mean, was the break after? Now I'm confused at piece. I trust your judgment, my friend. Chain goat. That's, I mean, all you need to know. All you need to know. Not wrong. What was I doing? Plugging in a Freya ban. First DPS ban of the night from either team. Time for map 4. And remember, with each map that Extinction Zero are able to upset off of Dreamland, this match becomes higher and higher stakes. If Extinction Zero are able to close that one out, then the winner of this match will move on to playoffs, and 9 wins will become the cutoff, meaning, unfortunately, the loser of this match will not make postseason. But I believe that is still barring the Extinction Zero victory over Dreamland. And you still got to close out Dreamland. 2 wins is a nice start and a surprising start, but it's not enough, right? Anyway, back, speaking of, we're in a similar story here. Shikigami do have the 2-1 lead, but, you know, job's not done. We're back into the Orisa with a little BAP rig here from Shikigami. Triplet goes into the Lucio. The addition of a Genji is actually an interesting little wrinkle here. Obviously, DPS kind of got picked early in that fight. It's good focus fire, good target priority there from Midori. But the Genji dash adds an extra little element of wrinkle and to confirm kills and converge together, but you don't have as much of the flank control. And I mean, a Tracer can just draw so many cooldowns and kind of be everywhere at once so easily. Z-Panthers is an early Ant Matrix on this corner, and Heroes just stalk. Does have 4 to 5. So, I mean, you know, Orisa just holding on to that corner. Now, a very awkward Ant Matrix. I think he was trying to help Hero here. It's up in a bit of a weird spot. So, we're going to get the sound barrier in. Oh, I think Hero just body blocked the... Like, I'm not sure how that sound barrier landed. It looked like the spear may have actually hit Hero instead of Triplet. As that beat came in. It was hard to tell, but that was very close. Maybe it was a... Oh, you know what I saw was the shield bash from Deco. Deco had rallied. Because, hey, I saw Triplet and Seaboard stunned. Right as that sound barrier dropped. And my first thought was the spear we saw from Chain. I was wrong. It was Deco had dropped rally and shield bash Triplet. And it was a split second. I mean a frame from getting the Ajax. And unfortunately, we didn't catch that on camera. But saw it up in the feed. Or up in the hero bar. That is a Terror Surge just to finish off J-Man. Arguably the most important hero of this composition. Oh, that was almost a big gnarly boop. Deco saw just eyes wide. Like, I could get the 3-piece here. Fortunately, the Midori players were not quite close enough to the edge. Nice shooting out of Seaboard to close out this fight. Checkpoint and more picked up here from Midori. Now, this is the one big advantage, I would say, from the Genji is, I mean, Blade. Now, you don't have a beat or anything to really pair with it. And with Triplet having a lead on that, could make things tough. Ant Matrix from Seaborn buying more space. Shikigami respecting this back up where Zach tried to intercept him. Does force out the Immortality field. with what looked to be a stick on the Panther. Hard to tell. I didn't see it. All I know is there's no lamp with Chain trying to push forward. Sparrow dashes in to finish off Zac. Just Aura Blade to get the sound barrier out. Deep comes in with the second sound barrier late in the fight. Well-layered ultimates from Shikigami. And you can see some of that veteran presence there, some experience of the squad showing up. And they start taking the bot the other direction. Deco goes back to Taxi J-Man. Order an Uber. Magic, hello! Appreciate you being here hanging out with us on your Friday night. Showdown there. Okay, Corral. J-Man gets it. The rollout intercepted by the spear from Chain. Now Terra Surge to find Seaboard. And J-Man staying alive is able to pick up one. 3v1 on the point. Oh, never mind. Zac is here too. It was a 3v2. Zac the Ninja lurking on the outside. Shikigami picking up what little space they can here with the two remaining players. Shikigami are going to be able to hold kind of the neutral middle mid-map. And they do get decent space, but unfortunately they won't be able to benefit that from next fight. This fight's going to have to take place at the top of the hill. We'll see what they have to spend to get to the bottom. Not a whole lot. Okay, just good angle. That's a good, smart position from J-Man. Does force Midori back around the corner, allows Chain to push up, start playing this angle. But Zac is trying to push up through the clothing store. Does get blocked. Deco and Sparrow now on this Tracer after using that blade. Is a lot more able to take this kind of 2v2 on the inside. You get the Lucio Tracer. I mean, yeah, Lucio Tracer duel happening in there. I was right the first time. Zac's trying to circumvent that. Tried to blink over, not able to find anything, but hey, that awkwardness, I mean, you do get a win on the front line here. Looked like Z Panther and J-Man tried to go inside the store, which would have left Shikigami, severely lacking in damage in the tank trade. And Hero and Cave just focused down Chain. This is going to be a big rock show. Lots of ultimates coming online. Expect a big laser light show incoming. Oh, it's a stick inside. Deco drops the sound barrier, but it's not in time to save Z Panther. Terra Surge from Chain is this needs to be a lot of damage done quickly. Shikigami will not win a long sustained fight here. And Hero comes out with the better end of the Terra Surges, conforming this battlefield to their will. Was that early pick on to Z Panther. Really won this one out from Midori. Hero's still hiding down low. Yeah, Chain knows. Or at least was smart enough to do a corner check. So I have the 2v2 going on the inside. The J-Man Cave duel really standing out to me right now. Once again, we're going to get J-Man making a move. This could leave the center open. We've seen this happen before. Here comes Cave, pushing forward, trying to find the shots onto the Orisa. Deco tries to come to bail him out, gets picked off. Hero is able to win out against Chain. And Cave just standing here side by side with the Orisa is proving so valuable for Midori. The moment J-Man leaves that front line, Midori surge forward. It's 2 minutes to go. Just a small push up. They did lose Seaborn through that, so they're waiting on their Baptiste to get back, is why Midori cannot push up any further in this. Okay, not sure what Cave's doing over there. Cape feels really out of the fight. Is it just me? Okay, circles back around and rejoins the team. Deadeye right in the face of Chain. Yeah, you got jab, spin, fortified, speared. All of the Orisa cooldowns were just invested right on a Cape's face. Soundbarrier inside the room from Triplet. Only gets 3, but hey, it's enough to fend off Deco. Now Zach moves in behind the Ant Matrix, completely removes the value of that. No healing left here, but no tank left from Midori. So Chain low, but trades going back and forth. Oh, J-Man winning it out. The Shiki versus the Shiki, says Lich. I mean, Soundbarrier advantage for this next fight. God, was it a 5-0 fight they lost? God, I didn't even clock that. Good eye, my friends. Good eye. My chat's so smart. I love it. Zach finding a kill out of Sparrow. Now looking to go intercept. Oop. J-Man keeping an eye on that flank. Gotta know Zach has pulse. We haven't seen one in a hot minute. Double blink. The jump up. The dash over. Z-Panther using that cooldown just saved their ass. That perk that is. Immortality, Invocation Matrix from Seaborn and Immortality for that matter. All the cooldowns used. But Cave no longer in this fight means Midori is definitely missing some punching power. Shikigami are going to win this one out. It's just a matter of how clean. Looks pretty darn flawless. Chain with a 4-piece in that one. The Gong of Death rings out. But Shikigami have a long march to try to seal this series here on Runasapi. J-Man already forced out, roll it away as Chain throws in the Terra Surge. You saw Cave looping around. Ooh, up close, gets this Deadeye in right behind the taxi, finds Deco. And Midori put a stop to this. They completely circumvent the Ant Matrix, surround a beautiful horseshoe, and we get map 5 in the Shikigami Showdown. That's Cabe, Fuji. That is absolutely Cabe. Cabe will go quiet for like a whole night and then suddenly just explode in this pop-off like montage out of nowhere. That is so Cabe. That is so on brand for Cabe. How often do you explode? Be honest. Valid question. Colosseo pick here from Shikigami. Dreamland Extinction 0, 7 minutes into map 4. Everybody from the Shikigami organization on both sides watching this with bated breath in hopes that Dreamland can force a map 5. It's not that we're smart, we just have a lot of eyes. Hey, I'll take it. Smart rears its ways in many forms. There's many variations of smart. Having lots of keen eyes, I think, is a smart chat. I consider that a smart chat. And I'm glad y'all are here. That's all I'm saying. Venture ban. That's from Shiki. Let's go check out stats from map 4. Stupid ads. God, the doubling up of the ads is, I mean, just kicking like, no, you don't need to actually see the stats and stuff on this page. Just make sure we just stack as many ads on top of it as possible. I'm a little salty. Can you tell? I'm a little salty about the ads. A little salty about the ads. Let me go plug in that ban. That was a venture ban. There from Shiki. Our second DPS ban of the night. Do we get a fourth support ban from Midori? What have we seen? What, Brig, Juno, Carry, I believe, have been their bans so far, alongside a Diva ban. What we're looking at to see stat-wise, what stands out to us? At the very, I can't. Jeez, there it is. I can't believe. I mean, very close, Matt. But look at, I mean, Hero. I mean, the entirety of Midori with Ford as you Seaboard. Seaboard, clearly getting focused. Clearly getting focused. Seaboard, what happened, bud? What happened? I tease. I mean, but it looks like, I mean, basically twice as many fight wins. Not quite that. Obviously, you're going to have to retreat. But there were times where they won with Seaborn going down early. I know I can remember at least one fight where we saw Triplet had to go back and taxi for Seaborn because they died during the fight. But Midori was still able to trade out and come out on top. So, I mean, yeah. It looks like nearly twice as many fight wins. I mean, that feels right. That feels right. Yeah, Flashpoint and Hybrid are one mode. Yeah. And yeah, map 5 resets. Yeah, they can choose. That's actually a really good point. We're going to Colosseo. You're doing another push map in a row. But map 5 resets. You can choose. Yeah. Map 5, you can pick between any map that hasn't been played yet. We had a Ramatra ban from Midori. So they actually do not ban their 4th support of the night. They go for their 2nd tank ban of the night. Looking to keep the Orisa mirror going. So it seems. Do we see any subs? I see no subs. Chain staying in. Let's double check back in on this. Ooh, they are 12 minutes in. Right, we see Manually and Talisman come in this season. I think Noxus joining as well, where you had Haven and Peace, right? What is it? Haven and Peace? Weren't you on this roster? Vision also coaching is amazing, by the way. Vision live coaching I think is really cool. It's awesome to see. Extinction Zero's picking a map. That one is also going map 5. It's time for map 5. I was trying to go under the archway, not through it. Once again, we're going to see the Freya versus the Cass. Brig Juno versus Lucio Bap. Kind of interesting. We've seen kind of Z Panther start, leaning more and more towards the Juno as the series has gone on, with Seaboard falling more into the Baptiste. So both teams have kind of adjusted, it feels like, their backline style throughout this series. And we did see, carry bans at some point. Chaining a lot of poke pressure early. You see, this first point in particular with these long ranges is going to favor the Freya. And the entire composition. And so Chain has to respect that. You see several take aim bulls win, and directly Hero is going to make a move. Thinks they've got an opening. You got to put yourself inside J-Man's crosshairs to make it happen, but Cave and Zach are able to clean up while that duel is happening. Zach holding on to the recall. Wow, that long through the fight, boding very well. You can just indicating how little pressure Zach was under throughout that engagement. Ends up being a 5-to-1 split, not flawless, but TS1 in control for Midori here. They will have to wait to get Seaboard back into this fight. Yab just haven't had what looked to be very competitive matches since becoming Yab. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we did miss that one. We'll get them on in playoffs, though, for sure. We'll get them on in playoffs, for sure. It may have been something as simple as I had that one match, like the Uni-A versus Region. I mean, that sounds like a banger match. I feel like that would be one I would get on. It may not have happened, I had to go look at the day on it. Maybe it was played on the weekend or something. That could have also been a possibility. I didn't think to check that. Once again, just overwhelming pressure up front. I feel like Cave is getting a lot more value with the Freya through these opening exchanges. currently looking at 3,700 is leading the server in damage. Not, I mean, about 700 more than J-Man. It's not an extreme difference. It's not, 3,700 to 1,000. Oh, sorry, got to turn the music off. My bad, I forgot. Z-Panther losing Orbital is disastrous. Like, that's just so unfair. Good, yanked out from the high ground onto Seaborn. Second time we've seen Shay do that. Sound barrier well timed from Triplet, though. Able to save Seaborn through the energy jab that sent them back up to the top. As Seaborn drops down, Triplet tries to regroup. It ends up falling. I think Shikigami might have this one at the back. Yeah, losing Orbital is disastrous. Losing Orbital sucks. Probably the most powerful, single most powerful ult in the game. I mean, I would love to see the numbers on that. I would think, particularly at in high level play, like in official play, that Orbital Ray probably has the most team fight wins of like any ult. I would have guessed just by my eye test and stuff. It feels that kind of powerful, like EMP was back in the day. Like Overwatch 1 EMP, where it like stunned for 70 million seconds. There's the speed ring, that's the engage, that's the orbital, throw it in. Everybody from Midori just move up to the high ground. The orbital will persist up to this corner, actually well aimed. You can see, that assist showing up in the kill feed as they're able to secure the final blow onto Hero. This is going to make a recontest difficult. Shikigami poised to take the checkpoint in the lead here. We'll see if Zach is able to touch before they can do so. 3 meters to do it. Sparrow's blocking the angle. And that's going to be the checkpoint. Oh, no, they do not get the checkpoint. They do get lead, but they do not get checkpoint. You need to check it. I tried to go for K-Pop, honestly. Looking at the bolo shot thrown down into the copy where Shikigami are just trying to back away. Jab spin will initiate the dead eye. Now we're going to Terror Surge on scroll up top. J-Man hits Hero before they can slam down the spear. Ooh, Zach finding... Oh, the trade. If Zach doesn't get traded, maybe you're able to do more, but Chain has to invest ult either way. So, I mean, you do force Chain to spin to secure that cap. I'm not sure if that was necessary, but you and streamed that one, I think. Yeah. I would say it seems like a big game that I would like to have gotten on, but I don't feel like I got that one on. I don't know if it was just like, oh, maybe it was like on a Wednesday or something where I already do expert. I am pretty strict on, I stay on my expert is Monday, Wednesday, Masters Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Because I feel like it'd be unfair to the expert teams, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to take away one of your stream days just because. Particularly if somebody else was already covering it. Rally fight here from Deco. Ooh. It just resulted in a 3v3 and a late sound barrier layered from Triple. It's going to give Midori the edge here. And a very teetering fight. This is a seesaw of a fight as far as both teams so close. Midori could really use the checkpoint here. He's trying to chase down Sparrow. Lost him for a moment onto the Mega. Now, because there was just so many trades, it's not like Midori's able to get a whole lot of presence. Hero's just kind of forced to sit here and wait for whatever is going on there in the back line. They're still just chasing Sparrow. Meanwhile, Hero's staring down the barrel of 4 players going, where's my team? Where's my speed? Where's my disengage? Orbital White thrown on top. Shikigami got this one on lock. Oh my. Sparrow just getting enormous value with that distraction. That was unreal. I feel like Orbital has got to have a, maybe not that high, but a similar team fight record. I mean, like, when not mirrored, right? Deadeye to try to yank people into, excuse me, other way around. Terror Surge to try to yank people into the Deadeye. Alright. I'm a little disoriented. Let's no wonder. People are all over the damn place. J-Man's able to pick up 2, though, in this rotation. It looks like a couple players tried to go down low and take a separate fight there, and J-Man just kills everyone. So Shikigami, one fight away from just full capping here on Colosseo. Don't look like they're really poising to do that. All right, just kind of backing up. Ant Matrix in from Seaborn. Hero pushing forward on that, not really pressuring Chain, leaving the rest of the team to put the pressure on a Chain, and Cabe will get the kill. Ooh, nice little drop shot flashbang combo. All right, Cabe. There we go. That's the Cabe effect. Like all of a sudden, all right. I believe it depends on the map 5 that is also going on right now between Dreamland and Extinction Zero. How's your day? So they are also in map 5 if Extinction Zero loses. I think there's a potential for both of these teams to still make playoffs because both of these teams have the head-to-head over Extinction Zero. But we'll talk about that after this attack. Heroes pushing in deep with this Terror Surge. J-Man, it's brutal! Under distress, yanked in. Orisa gold in your face. J-Man still finds triplet. Unreal. Incredible fight win from Shikigami. I mean, that was a pivotal one. Less than a minute to go. Hero tries to go for the big play, the high-risk play. Did we get a trade there? Is that what happened? I think we got a trade. Yeah, the Juno had to come back in. Zach is just going to push right on through. I don't think they're aware of Sparrow's presence. They are now. Zach finds themselves in a little bit of a mismatch. Both Tracers regroup back around to main. Sound Barrier versus Orbital and Rally. Seaborn 10% away from an amplification matrix. There's the speed ring. That's going to be the engage. J-Man popping the Deadeye with it. Sound Barrier defended off. And immediately the push comes back in. It is too soon. Wasn't your turn yet, Hero. Get cut down. Orbital now on top. And a beautiful shot from J-Man will find Seaborn in overtime. This one is in the bag. What a lead here from Midori. No late game heroics. Zach's the last player left. Shikigami take the GGs. Win it out in a 3-2. Claim their precious 9th win of the season and secure a spot in the postseason. Yes, I believe Dexatron is correct, although you'll hear me say that before you hear this. So, yay, time soup of 2-minute delay. What a match! Cinema, banger, everything that it was billed to be. It lived up to the hype. Oh my goodness, what a match. Dreamland win it. Dreamland win Colosseo. Extinction Zero come close. They're one map away, but I think they're gonna end up in that 9th seed. I think Shikigami Midori might have just squeaked into playoffs by the skin of their teeth. What an incredible pair of matches going on simultaneously here tonight. And all of them with playoff stakes. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. So cool. I mean, in the huge upset, like, I mean, Extinction Zero taking Dreamland to 5 is enormous. Like, what an incredible feather of the cap for this squad. This was a squad that got absolutely just bullied in Season 4. This was SNV Esports in Season 4. The squad with employed Leos and Juzu and this team. Brought in Sunnyside here this season. And what a turnaround. Get picked up by the Extinction Org. And are taking Dreamland to 5 and one map away from making playoffs after a really rough Season 4. I mean, it's a huge bounce back for Extinction Zero. We'll have to wait for the official announcement, but I think they are officially out with that loss. Before we go to look at our standings, let's look at some stats here from map 5. Let's stats out the stats. Ooh, I mean, Shikigami just look tight as a drum. Just look tight as a drum. Really, really nice work on that one. We saw, it looked like, particularly in the support ult category, felt a little sloppy early in the series. Really tightened that up as the series went on. And by this map 5, looked pretty damn on point. Pretty damn on point. Look at a J-Man with this 11k leading the server. I mean, it's really close. You have 4 players with 11k damage. I mean, really close. Less than 1,000, less than 800 damage separating these 4 players. That's insane. That's insane. But J-Man does take it as far as most damage in the lobby. Tied for fewest deaths there with Z-Panther in the back line. Wait for the official announcement. But according to what this is telling us, Midori do still, in fact, make playoffs with Extinction Zero losing to Dreamland. And I'm not sure. So with head-to-head coming first in tiebreakers, it was, if Extinction Zero lost, both of these teams would have made it. Both Shiki and Midori beat Extinction Zero earlier in the season. So, I mean, if we're looking at Midori's record, this second match of the season, the teams don't take any match for granted. This match right here, this match is what got Midori into playoffs. Back on May 22nd, second match of the season, is the most important match, turns out. But, I mean, is the pivotal match, is the tiebreaker match to determine who got 8th seed and who got 9th seed. Right here.